Alright, so this is Elsie's drawing, and she was sitting over there. So, alright, looking at the overall proportions of the drawing, things like that, you know, a lot of that's working really well. You know, it's all fairly credible, you know, through the figure, and the flow of the figure is very nice, it's not stiff, okay? What I would say is, you could work on varying your line a little more, okay? You know, building up, you know, darker tones, you know, in areas. You kind of concentrated here on the back and the head. That's okay, that's as far as you got. But looking across the back here, okay, the value across this section of her torso and then where the spine were very different. And in fact, this was much darker and then this was lighter, right? They can't be the same value, okay? There's two different things going on there. So, you know, as you're laying in that tone, you know, take the time to really observe how light or how dark that might be, right? And if you see it lighter in one area, even though it could still be in shadow, it may not be as dark, you know, as another, right? Because there's a range of value on the shadow side, and there's a range of value on the light side as well, right? And so, you know, even using the white, again, it's not all going to be just solid white. You know, there's going to be a variation in there because you want to create a range of value, okay? So, next drawing, slow down a little bit.
Okay.
You know, try to get a little more variation in those, okay?
Okay.
Alright. Thank you. Alright, this must be Rebecca from Becca.
Yeah.
Alright. And, okay. So it's a very nice drawing. She was sitting over on that side of the room. And you've got a pretty good sense, again, of the proportion of the figure and the flow of it. Using the white, you know, you're trying to use it a little too much with blending, you know, those darker values, right? Slow down, be a little more sensitive about laying in a gradation or a range of value on the dark side, and then a range of value on the light side, and try not to have to mix the two together.
Right.
Yeah, because then you end up with stuff like that.
Right.
It looks
Yeah.
kind of muddy,
That's
right?
mine is like
Yeah.
muddy.
So,
Turn it this way.
yeah. Okay.
Oh,
But,
lovely.
you know, yeah, proportionally, I think, you know, it's a very nice drawing.
Face is beautiful.
Yeah, you know, she got a good sense of, you know, who Jenna was. And she's sitting higher up. She's not sitting down. And so you get this sort of downward perspective, you know, the feet getting smaller and moving away from it in the drawing, which I think is fairly accurate for where she is.
Very nice.
Pretty good. This,
Shirley.
oh, this is Shirley?
S-A-H, and then I wrote in Shirley. Pretty sure that's mine.
Yeah, you're going out on something. Alright, anyway. Okay, so if it is yours, you're claiming this drawing, right?
Yes.
Okay, then I'll talk to you about it. Okay, it's a really, actually very nice drawing. You know, you got a nice range of value, you know, throughout the drawing. You know, your proportions, things like that seem, you know, pretty credible, you know. It all kind of works. You know, the feet seem to be a little on the small side. Not by much, but a little. And the same is true with hands, you know. Hands and feet tend to be bigger. And with Jenna in particular, hold up your hand, please, toward her.
Long fingers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, she has, you know, if you look at the lengths and proportions of her hand, you'll find that it's really the same size as her face. See, if I took my finger and stretched it out here and I compared it to her head,
Mm-hmm.
see?
Can we see the thing?
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
nice.
Very nice.
Yeah. So, you know, other than that, you know, I mean, everything's working fairly well. as far as laying in the tone, things like that, you're real busy. You know, you kind of are a little more aggressive with the tool, and you might want to hold back a little bit, build it up a little more slowly, and you'll get some slower, you know, softer gradations, and the drawing won't look quite so scratchy, right?
Okay.
You know, particularly in areas like that. You know, I don't know that.
Oh, I had just started playing with that, yeah.
Yeah, I don't,
Very short.
yeah, anyway, things like that didn't really add a lot to the drawing, and so I would have just left it more simple, okay? Because you're really focused, you know, really kind of on here. But again, you know, overall, your lights and darks and the way they're placed are pretty good, you know? It's just be a little more patient and go at it a little more slowly.
I missed drawing, I'm glad.
Okay, we have Bernice. Okay, so Bernice, you added a few pounds to it.
I always do, I know.
Yeah, I know. But in looking at a lot of your previous drawings and this one, this is heading more to the representational side, right, than probably anything I've seen you do so far. Okay. Now, if you get down the proportion, you know, as far as, you know, the height, width, things like that, you know, you'll begin to get more of a likeness of the model that you're drawing, okay? Now, when you're doing sculpture, things like that, well, that doesn't really matter, you know? It's about the, you know, the fluid movement of the form, things like that. When you're actually trying to do a life drawing, the purpose of that is generally either to use the model as a reference, okay, for something, and or to try to get yourself to actually get a likeness of the model, so that, you know, you're forcing yourself to have to really look at proportion and, you know, along that nature. As far as using the material, things like that, most of that's working pretty well. You know, you could certainly push the light a lot more and it's just bearing down. You know, you're doing it, you know, with the dark, but you're not quite getting there with the light, okay? But overall, nice drawing.
I just know Batiro, but I don't know who else makes spec people, but.
There's actually a whole group out there. All right, so this is Faye Poppers, and there she is, playing back there. Okay. So again, you know, it's a lovely drawing. You know, you're building up different values, okay? And you're getting a pretty good range of them, okay? I guess the comment would be, they're looking what we would call a little spotty, right? You got a little dark spot here, a little dark spot there. And they don't seem to be going anywhere. They're just in that area. And usually it's not just a value, you know, in a little area. It starts with a value and it goes through a range of values, right? So there's not just one, but there's several steps. And that's going to help you maybe make that hip look rounder, right?
How do you fix it?
That's what I'm telling you, is you're going to have to add more value, so be a little more...
You mean a heavy line and a lighter and a little...
A range?
Yeah, a range of value, okay? So that it goes around the form of that hip, okay? It's not just a dark there and all the rest of it is a flat gray, okay? Remember I keep talking about this thing with 5 values?
I tried to get 5 in her thigh.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you didn't quite get there. Yeah, you didn't quite get there. But again, you know, from here, right? You know, there should be something attached to that. Maybe a little bit lighter, right? And then something a little bit lighter, you know, or darker, depending on the way you're going.
Okay.
Okay, but look for those 5 values. Did I get you past that?
No, I want to see, I want to see. Thank you.
Okay, this is Diane Bear. All right, Diane. You seem to be heading down the right track, okay, for most of the drawing, except that you did what you've done pretty consistently, which is you get the shape And then you go back and you restate it and build up the line, you know, on the outside, until they're all kind of equal, okay? And, you know, the top line here cannot be the same as the bottom line. They've got to vary, because one is going to be in more light, one's going to be in shadow, because it's not a flat surface that you're drawing, it's something that's curved, right? So it's varying, you know, that line weight and the value of it, right? How light or how dark it is, okay? So the next drawing, try to work on that specifically and make sure that, you know, if you're going to draw an arm, they don't end up both being the same, okay? Try it.
It's kind of like, I have a list of 50 things to do, and I only managed to get 3.
Right, but, okay, and so, and I understand, you know, you got a lot of ground to cover, right? And my comment to you would be, do less. You know, cut your list down to 15, okay? And get the essential 15. So get it on the page, that's the first thing. Get the proportions correct, that's the second thing. Then the third thing is begin to work with those lines. And it's like, what kind of line am I gonna put down, all right?
Well, I got the proportions wrong on the arms, and it's kind of like, once I get that up and mess it up, I'm
Yeah, well, they're,
forget about it.
yeah, they're a little off, but not too badly. Yeah, the bigger fault there was the fact that you just evened everything out, okay?
But you know, and what I'm trying to achieve, and I've overshot the goal,
Mhm.
was it's always, I drew so faintly it seemed, based on what you were saying, you could barely see it, so I'm trying to draw darker.
You're trying to compensate,
Yeah.
okay? Yeah, and darker in, you know, where you see a shadow, darker is appropriate, right? But, you know, like the top of her thigh or the top of her shoulders, and it's catching a lot of light, you know, a big, heavy, dark line isn't really saying that, you know, there's light there when you do that, okay? So it's got to change. Okay. Drum roll, please. Okay. Da-da-da. Okay, so this is Bruce's drawing. Okay.
Hey, Bruce.
Now, you know, a lot of you, you know Bruce. Many of you probably don't. But, you know, Bruce has been working with, you know, some pretty severe limitations with being able to control, you know, the pressure and, you know, just the line, you know, of the pencil. And my whole goal, you know, for getting Bruce in the drawing class in the first place is, you know, by exercising, you know, and forcing his hand and his mind to slow down and really look at things and try to make an appropriate type of line. You know, what I'm hoping to do is that we'll eventually start maybe re-simulating parts of his brain, okay, that were, you know, possibly damaged, you know, during the stroke. So, from where Bruce started, you know, week 1 to now, this is an amazing
It
sort
is.
of nothing more than an
And
amazing
his
transformation.
speech too is fabulous.
I mean, the lines are great.
Yeah, now, you know, yeah, proportions, things like that, not quite there yet, but they're getting so much better,
It's good.
you know. And again, you know, with time. And, you know, he doesn't move real fast, okay? And again, I think I was talking to somebody else and I was saying slow down, right? It's not about having a complete finished drawing, right? It's not a race. I would rather see you slow down and try to put more expressive and accurate information down than finish a whole drawing, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. No, we were supposed to get everything. Yeah.
Well, you know, I want you to make a conscious decision about where I'm going to place this drawing, right? And, you know, so you can get it all on the page. Whether you get down to doing the, you know, what color her toenails are today or not, I don't care, right? You know, it's get the essential thing, right? Okay. But that's, yeah, that's amazing. Really, really good. Okay? Yeah. Okay. So, then we have this person. Oh my goodness. Emily. Yeah. Emily, I would say that your drawing has improved remarkably since the first week here, okay? That's really a lovely drawing. Yeah. I mean, her proportions overall are really good.
And the shading.
You know, the way she's handling the tone, the way she's handling the line work and varying it. I mean, it's all there. It's all kind of working really nicely.
Beautiful.
That's a lovely drawing.
It is a lovely drawing.
Beautiful.
So, yeah. The only thing, you know, as a comment I would say, is you're beginning to get the tone thing working. Over time, try to get a little more sensitive with it. Don't press down quite so much.
Because I don't usually, and this time I said I'm pressing.
Yeah, but, you know, build it up a little more slowly. You
Okay.
know? And then you'll begin to get those gradations, you know, in those areas that you're looking for.
Gotcha.
Okay? All right, but yeah, that's really nice.
Can I buy this for a quarter?
There you go.
50 cents.
I'll take
I think we were higher than that a couple weeks ago. All right, this is Naomi. Okay, Naomi. All right.
it. Very nice.
Okay. Yeah, there are some nice things about this drawing. Okay. Which are the proportions? Yeah. Okay. The proportions are all working very well, right? Now, again, you're a little heavy-handed, okay? So don't be in such a big rush, okay? Slow down. You know, build up, you know, these values slowly, okay? In fact, you know, I'm gonna give you an exercise just to do gradations. You know, that's it, just do gradations, you know, so that you can begin to get the idea of how much pressure you can put, you know, on there, okay? If you would be, if you could get to the point where you could actually master the media, you know, and learn how to use it, you know, you would have a lovely drawing here, okay? But it's just kind of spotty and, you know, you're, for lack of a better word, you know, you just get a little too impatient.
No
Okay?
kidding.
Yeah. So,
No, sir.
No one would ever know that in this room.
no, nobody would ever know about you. Okay, anyway. All right, so then we have Gwen, okay? Now Gwen, okay, again, you know, looks a lot like an Egon Sheila drawing, right?
You're kidding.
Nah,
How do I do that?
I don't know, it's the way you draw.
When he passed, you were born and you reincarnated.
Yeah,
What'd you say, what kind
Egon
of
Sheila,
I have an artist.
he's an artist, yeah.
Sheila is how you pronounce it.
S-C-I-E-L-E.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have.
Yeah, we have.
Went home after Charles has said it.
Yeah, but particularly like, you know, you look at your faces, your hands, things like that. the way you're handled. Yeah, very similar. You know, Sheila was kind of at the beginning of like, you know, what we would call the modern art period. It was kind of part of Art Nouveau, and he had a very stylized way of drawing. So, but again, values.
No, I didn't have enough time to really build them
Yeah.
for the
you know.
whole figure.
Yeah, values and just try to make them softer, okay? You know, she's kind of a young woman, right?
Yes, she was.
She's disappeared now. But, you know, and she has very soft, kind of round forms. And laying in the tone as directly and roughly as you're doing it, you know, it doesn't convey that about her.
It was a glow from this light over here around it's her left side. So it was coming from behind her, and I was trying to get that white in there to show that glow.
You're trying to get the white in where? Like over here on the shoulder and stuff?
Yeah, it ran all up and down this side, and you really didn't see a dark line.
You saw a light outline.
I saw a light outline, and I didn't bring all the light, didn't have enough time to
Okay.
all the light and gradations.
Well, again, yeah, it's, and you did see it, and that's good, okay?
Yeah.
But it's like, how do you lay it down in there? You know, was it a sharp, crisp line, and then what was happening with the values, you know, on the inside? And, you know, you don't, when you lay that pencil down like that, it gets textural, right?
Yeah.
And, you know, so you're putting a texture on something that's really very smooth, okay?
Okay.
So try to build up that tone a little more softly, and you'll get that form to turn for you.
Maybe I need the exercise that we
Yeah, we need
Yeah.
the exercise
Naomi.
Yeah.
of gradations, what'd you say,
Yeah,
Gradation.
Graded.
Taking the pencil and
Yeah.
Yes.
levels.
Okay, so, all right, we have, oh, Phyllis, Hadley. Okay, now, all right, in looking at your drawing, okay, you know, she seems to have, you know, she's leaning, right? And that's really kind of the first time I've seen a drawing, probably she was leaning, I'm not saying she wasn't. You know, and it adds a really nice feeling, you know, to kind of the shape and the flow of the figure.
Yeah, it does.
You know, proportion-wise, everything else seems to be working, you know, pretty well. All I would say is, again, kind of like with Gwen, you know, you're handling it better, I think, than she is, but slow down a little bit, you know, try to get it a little bit softer, right? Because you got a dark value there, and I'm sure it didn't just stop as a hard edge, right? It transitioned into that value, right? And then that value transitioned into the lighter value, right?
So we just,
Can we see?
It's really good.
Yeah, pass it around.
Here.
Could you
That's-
Thank you. Great.
Okay, we have
did
Avatar.
you get an A?
Okay.
High five.
Got an A.
All right. So, you know, where her niece, you know, added about 20 pounds, right? I think you took off about 10, okay? You know, you put her on a diet. So, you know, your line work has always been, you know, sort of fluid and kind of, you know, really nice. You know, you're getting pretty good variation in that. Where you always seem to struggle though is in tone, right? And again, slow down with that and put it in more softly. You know, if one reason being that because of the way you're laying it down, it begins to look a lot like your line work. And so it's hard to differentiate your tone from your line, right? And so if you kept it softer and more gentle gradations of value, you know, then the line would stand out separate from it and they would work together. Yeah?
Now, does that have the, I get lost in values, looking at something, does that have the 5 values?
No, not in most places.
I think we all need the exercise in
Yeah,
the
we all need
values.
it.
Yeah. Okay. And we have, oh, Tommy!
Now, does Phyllis's have the 5
Wait,
values?
Phyllis looks like it has
I
a lot
think
of
he's
Pretty
tone.
close.
Yeah.
So what did you say, what was wrong?
Just to soften the transitions between each of those values.
This leg here, yeah.
Yeah,
We need that lesson.
so, okay.
Some of us don't.
Yeah,
So
but
look.
doing that,
All right, so here's Tommy's. All right, now again, you know, proportions. We talk a lot about proportions, okay? You made her a really, really good running back for the, you know, like the Vikings or somebody, right? You know, you got some massive shoulders on you there. So,
I
that,
do that.
Way too much.
yeah, and that's not her, right? And so, you know, we need to kind of scale that back a little bit, okay? And in doing that, okay, compare, compare where the weight in her figure is, look at the width of her hips and her shoulders, you know, look at those angles, and she'll start looking a little more feminine, right? You know, because, you know, women have a certain shape, men have different shapes. And the way that you draw a woman, the way that you draw a man, though they're similar, they're still different. You know, you can get away, you know, with using like a lot of hard, straight angles and lines in a man that you can't get away with doing on a woman. because then it starts looking masculine. And that's kind of what's happening in here a little bit. You are seeing, how to vary the line a little bit better. And actually the way you're laying in the tone isn't really bad, okay? It's just mainly work on those proportions.
Can we see?
But his is better.
It's a big improvement.
Okay?
And that's the only blush one.
And last but not least, we have Deborah Osterholz. Okay.
How come she gets a last name? Nobody else gets a last name.
Because we're not putting.
Well, because most of the time she only puts her last name on there.
Okay. There's a meaning to that.
Yeah. So anyway, okay, so let's kind of talk about this one. All right, so overall, your proportions, okay, are pretty credible, okay? She looks like a female figure. You got that part down, okay? Now, using the media, there's places where you pull that off really well, and there's places where, not so good, okay? Like you really overworked, that area
I
of
messed
face.
up the face I started from,
Yeah.
and then I had to
Sure
trim
is.
it out.
Yeah.
No, we need an eraser.
It wouldn't do you any good anyway.
This doesn't erase?
No, it doesn't
No.
erase.
That's why he gave it to us.
Yeah.
Doesn't smear.
So again, slow down. If you would have built those values up more slowly, then you probably wouldn't have done that. Okay? As far as, her actual pose, you've got the angle, moving forward. And her back, it was sloped a little bit. But I'm kind of thinking you've got her a little stiff, a little kind of
Upright.
too far upright. I wasn't over there where you were, so I can't really tell you, but, there was a definite angle, on her back, okay? And it was a little more curved, all the way down, okay? All right, so we're gonna go back, we're gonna do,
Well,
Another-
show us yours.
they're up there,
Where are they?
on the wall.
Okay.
Oh,
So we're gonna go back, and we're gonna do another 30 minutes, okay? You wanna leave your on? Yeah, it's just something different. And maybe do a pose where